your skin. A pulse of light, let it begin. The night dissolves, the day will spin. Rise, awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken and climb. Rise, awakenings, now is the time. Echoes bloom, they bend and glide. A signal surging deep inside. From shadows grip, we rise and rise.
Hey, this is Brindlewolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise Awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken and climb. Rise Awakenings, now is the time. Rise Awakenings, let's rise together.
Three voices rise in the still of the night, miles apart but hearts ignite. Cards on the table, stories unfold, revealing wisdom eternally bold.
A thread unseen, it pulls us near.
The whispers loud, the message clear. The core is calling. The core is calling. Feel the glow.
Three paths merging, truths to show. From the many to the one, we find a light for the collective mind. Collective mind. Collective mind. Shuffling stars in a cosmic deck. Fate's reflection in the mirrors we check. Three hands drawing from a shared stream. Each card a puzzle piece in the dream.
Through distance wide, the bonds remain. One rhythm strong, one sacred chain. The core is calling. The core is calling.
Awakenings
Hi,
and happy Christmas
morning, Merry
Eve.
Christmas Eve.
So good to have you guys join us today. So if it's your first time here on the core, the way this works is all three of us have drawn a singular card from one of our decks when we haven't talked about at all which deck it was. Well, Diane kind of showed us which deck she's pulling from, but that's okay. We don't know which card. None of us know what we're about to say. And we're going to create a collective message out of the readings that we're about to provide individually. And I created something last week as a surprise for you guys. They know about it, but it's kind of cool. So let's get right into it. I'm going to make everyone disappear right now so that we know who is giving the first reading.
Oh, that would be me. All right. So I just pulled from, I don't remember what the name of this deck is, but it's basically just a Rider-Waite, which is prettier graphics. And my card I pulled for today was the Hermit. And we all know about the Hermit. I don't have to explain him too much, but this is a great time for us to be in Hermit mode. A lot of us that are here, a lot of everybody, not even just those of us are here. It's been a crazy year. It's been a crazy decade. Pretty much the last 10 years have been crazy. And sometimes it's important for us to take the time to withdraw into ourselves a little bit, to take some time to ourselves, to think about everything that we've been through, to go over what we don't want in our lives, what we don't want to bring into the new year anymore, what we do want to take into the new year, and what we need to leave behind. And it's important for us to take that time to ourselves to figure that out without the noise, without the drama, without the everything that goes on in the world around us. It's really important to take that time to ourselves and figure those things out. The only thing I caution against is sometimes we get into that hermit mode and he kind of reverses a little bit and we start to withdraw to the point where we've thought about some of the things that we've been through so much that we're terrified to go through them again. But we don't want to do that either. We need to stay open. We need to connection. Human beings are meant to connect with each other. And we need to continue to connect. So although this time is important to take to ourselves, don't get yourself so pulled into a point where you don't want to leave that hermit mode. So we are ready for the next one if you are ready.
Well, ready or not, here I come. And when I saw the card that she had pulled, I started laughing hysterically because the one that I pulled is from the Sacred Path cards. Once again, they seem to be the calling card so far for the core. Is the shawl returning home? And if the shawl has fallen across your folders, you're being invited to return home. If you have forgotten yourself recently, it is now time to remember your essence and potential. If you have walked a crooked trail by falsely judging others, it is now time to come home to the loving heart and see the value in all paths and chosen lessons. You may be coming home to the magic that you once believed in or to a new sense of well-being. But in every case, you are returning to a temporarily forgotten state of being. In every life, there is a need to return to the simplicity of happiness. If you have forgotten how to find the simple truths that once supported your inner joy, it is time to return home. Wearing the shawl is coming home to the arms of the Earth Mother and being loved. The responsibility of taking the shawl is being loving to others who have forgotten the sacred path or their way home. And something else that Jamie wrote about The difference between the people and those people is that the people have stayed on the sacred path because the behavior of those people has reminded them of why they need to walk in beauty. This teaching applies to every race. The people are those who have taken the shawl and live in a harmony, honoring the sacred space of all life forms. We'll talk more about that soon.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to break the rules a little bit because two cards were stuck together. So, and as both of you are reading, I'm like, yep, that's this card. And then you're reading, Carol, like, yep, that's this card. Okay, now I see it. Because what came out first, what I saw first was innocence, and what was hiding behind it was waiting. And I went with my mermaid deck. So that one's, it's so pretty. They're so pretty. And then this one, the waiting card. Okay, so the innocence card, well, I'll read the waiting card first. So the waiting card is telling you to call on the qualities of patience while you're waiting for something to happen or your ship to come in. And I think that goes very much along with that hermit stuff because we're in hermit mode. And to get out of that hermit mode, we have to be patient and we have to allow our manifestations to reveal themselves slowly over time. So as we're waiting, we can bring ourselves back to our heart-centered space and remind ourselves that we are currently abundant. We have everything that we need in order to move ourselves forward. And that in order for us to allow things to unfold for us, we have to set it and forget it and just wait for it patiently. Because if we keep ruminating and changing our minds and deciding different things, the manifestation or the ship that we're waiting for isn't going to stick and isn't going to come in. We have to really let it go. Just make a decision and put it out there and let it be and just wait. You've already done what you need to do. The hermiting is helpful because your nervous system is now catching up to that manifestation. That's important. And you want to just practice that sense of patience. And then Micah, your card, the shawl, as you're talking, it really truly reflected the innocence card because this is asking you to focus on innocence as you navigate through whatever your current situation is, and the purity of your inner innocence in your heart will guide and protect you through the challenging times. So to me, this card represents getting back in touch with the innocence that you have inside of you. So going back to times where you were playful and joyful and nonchalant and whimsical. And so I feel like this card is bringing you back to your creative center and giving you an opportunity to reassess how you see things and how you move through things. And so when you let yourself relax into that little child that lives inside of you and allow that playful whimsy and allow that not a care in the world feeling to come over you, it not only will help you maintain that waiting period and patience, it will help you creatively get the momentum flowing out of your hermit mode and allow things like Micah was talking about to come into your experience with ease and joy. And so I see these all tying in together to complete the puzzle of, okay, well, I see these things, but what do I do? Well, here's what you do. The complete opposite of what you were thinking. Be playful and childlike and carefree, and don't reflect or ruminate or overthink anything that you already have in place that has its momentum flowing. Just hold on. It's coming.
All right, let's start to tie these in together. There we are. Look, monkey in the middle.
There he is.
Wow. Wow. Now, the crazy part is, now, we call it crazy, but it really isn't. Last night, both Carrie and I, without talking to each other, knew who needed to go first, second, and third.
Not surprised.
I set up the studio with those backdrops before we even talked this morning.
I got on and said, I know I'm going first.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know, yeah.
that's amazing.
Isn't it crazy how we all feel like we need to go into hermit mode or that we've been in hermit mode? But meanwhile, there's that underlying rumble of feeling like we're not home.
Yeah.
Because it was asked in the chat while I was doing my card, where is home? Cliche, but it's where the heart is.
Mm-hmm.
It's where your truth is.
And where's your heart? It's in you.
That's why that innocence card is like, wow, because that playful child that's on your inside is your home. You're your own home base.
Yeah. And I can't speak for either Diane or Carrie, but a lot of people that I've worked with this year, myself included, have been dealing with that internal child and coming to peace with making sure that that child is safe and feels safe so that the adult version that is actually functioning in today can feel more whole, can feel more safe, less anxiety. And a lot of people that I've been talking to have really been feeling that end of the 9-year cycle.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Which we are quickly coming to a close.
Yes. Myself included in all of that. Because I've been in hermit mode, literally.
Yes,
And I am actively returning it. Wait, I didn't hear what you said. Say it again.
That she hardly talks to us.
He's not wrong. I've hardly spoken to anybody, so.
But that's okay.
Right. It is. It's okay. I've been in hermit mode myself, and I'm returning home to myself, and I've been fiddling around in my house and being playful and just finding joy in the little knickknacks and things and rearranging stuff, and you know what I mean? Like just kind of nesting a little bit and
Ask Mike how many times I've rearranged my RV.
She messaged me one night at like 10 o'clock at night. Oh, I'm rearranging my kitchen and my living room. I'm like, again? But this time she's ripping things out of the floor.
I literally was unbolting tables from the floor and moving them to another spot. Yeah, completely remodeled the interior. It was
that's
like,
fantastic.
oh dear.
I think that's necessary. That's necessary to help us recenter
And feel home.
And feel home and
It
realign
didn't
ourselves.
feel home. It didn't feel like home until I got it a certain way where I was comfortable, and then it was home.
Yeah. And that changes with you, that grows with you, that evolves with you.
And that's not just a external thing. That's an internal thing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep rearrange until you feel at home. then that's what you do in your hermit mode is you rearrange your thoughts and your opinions and what matters to you, and you find your home.
Right. And if you question how to do that, it's the innocence. It's that returning to your inner child self where there was no cares in the world, where there was just playfulness and joy and purity, before the programming made you not love yourself anymore.
Yeah.
That's how you find yourself and get yourself home, but you have to be patient and wait for it to unfold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the crazy that reminds you of innocent and quiet times in your childhood. I think you probably saw the blog I wrote about the birch tree. It was like, I'm just drawing a picture, and I happen to I love birch trees, but I didn't stop and think, why am I always so drawn to this particular tree? Why do I paint birch trees constantly and draw birch trees? Well, it was a childhood memory back when times were quiet, innocent, and I loved that tree. And the connection with just this specific type of tree brings back those feelings of home.
Yeah.
And an interesting image of birch trees as you're talking. They're one of the few trees that you can watch in real time the growth, because they shed the bark, and in most trees you know that the bark changes and it just kind of falls off, but when it comes to birch trees you can actually see the layering.
Mm-hmm. That's what I used to get in trouble for at my grandparents, because I'd see that start to peel away and I'd want to heal it off. Stop messing with that tree, you're gonna kill it.
No, you're not. You're just helping it shed its skin. Oh, wait.
And you can tap a birch tree if you're thirsty.
Might not taste great, but hey.
It is where they get birch beer from, though. One of the birch tree genre or whatever species is where birch beer flavor comes from. So sometimes if you're in the forest and you could see it like taffy, go and smell it.
This particular tree in my grandparents' yard was in Wisconsin, where they make more beer than anything else, so it's fitting.
Well, the non-alcoholic kind of birch beer, okay. What we're talking about. What we're talking about is so the peace and the stillness and the quiet that forests make you feel and bring. Like, that's so appropriate for this time of year too, because this winter solstice and time of year is for that stillness and that quiet and that hermiting. It takes you right back to the hermit mode. There's peace and quiet in the stillness, and we need to still ourselves so that we can go in and access those aspects of ourselves to return home to.
Exactly. And while you were giving your reading, of course, in the background, I see if there's any other cards because we do this throughout the show where, let me just wait. Oh, God. Vision Quest.
Yes.
Now, Monday, if you watch the messengers, this card came out. And it was in the south position of the reading, talking about finding yourself, coming back to yourself, remembering who you are, who you were meant to be, which you actually get to decide. Is there fate and destiny attached to it? Well, maybe, possibly. Doesn't matter what you believe in. You're going to wind up doing something in your life, regardless of whether or not it's fated or destined. But if you are holding on to those images of the past, you're not home. Home is not then. Home is now.
Yeah. That's amazing.
It's not necessarily the house you grew up in or the state that you were born or, your family. It's not. It's you.
Yeah. You are my home. And of course, I have a Billy Joel song in my head. If there's any Billy Joel fans out there, you're my home.
I don't know that I've heard that.
But it's a good self-love song too. I honestly think that one of the fastest ways to help yourself, because we're all music people here, we all love music and love singing songs and whatever. So one of my fast working go-to things to do to love myself when I'm hermiting and healing and restoring and, you know, leveling myself up that way is to find a love song and sing it to myself in the mirror, serenade me, and hear the lyrics as if I mean it towards myself. And so I'll give you a little holiday homework, and that'll be it, is to find yourself a love song that you love so much and sing it to yourself and listen to the lyrics and receive the lyrics from yourself to yourself. That's a beautiful way to come back home to your own heart and to allow yourself to recognize.
Immediately, Joe Cocker, you are so beautiful, just went, whoop, there it is. But look what fell out of the other deck.
What's that card?
The Hermit.
Again?
Out of a different deck.
Wow.
Are you paying attention?
For real. For real. So for real.
I didn't do it this time.
Oh, gosh.
I did it. I mean, really, that's the first card that falls out of the second deck that I pick up. I mean, come on. Gotta be listening, guys.
And you know, if you don't think of a song off the top of your head that describes where you're at, how you feel, how you want to feel, well, do like I did and create one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because it kind of happened. You'll hear it tonight.
Tonight.
I can't wait.
Oh, that's right. You and Diane are again.
Yes.
Tonight.
Right. The topic is presence.
Uh-huh.
And all of this that we're talking about slides right into all of that, but we can't talk about that now.
But in all honesty, if you look at what the reading is trying to tell you, it's trying to tell you about your own presence, where you feel at home.
Yeah.
Do you feel at home in yourself? That's the big question here.
Yeah.
Do you feel home in yourself? Because I've heard a lot of people, whether they're close to me or not, say, I need to find myself again.
Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert, you were never lost.
Nope.
You just got buried under other people's expectations and judgments. So you're more unburying yourself from other people's messes and throwing it in the dumpster and setting it on fire. Cue picture of the gingerbread.
I don't have any, sorry. I mean, I could show the dumpster fire.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, gosh, that was great. One thing, this just popped out, and I want to make sure that you remember this came out in reverse, which is overlooking blessings. So make sure that when you're in that hermit mode, that you're remembering to not overlook your blessings, not overlook the things that you've done, the things that you've seen, the thing that you've managed to make it through on your own. Well, I'm talking about the good things. Don't overlook.
But I know where it went in their minds. Go ahead.
Right. Don't overlook the good stuff. While you're in that hermit mode, don't just reflect on the things that happen to you that are uncomfortable. Make sure that you're also looking at all your blessings, because you have so many. And I know sometimes it feels like there's nothing left, but there is. There really is.
This, as you're talking about blessings, this is what pops out. The Wheel of Fortune.
It's always turning.
So let's wait for our ship to come in, okay? It's coming. We're doing the work. We are. It doesn't don't compare the work that you're doing to other people's work. You're on a different journey totally.
Yes.
Your
You shouldn't
ship is
compare
coming
yourself to anybody, period.
in. Mm-hmm.
You're not anybody else, and they're not you.
Yeah. Yeah. So let your ship come in. Go
But
home.
you are like many
Mhm.
and most at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm reminded of something that one of my mentors says frequently, that boats rise and fall with the tide.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling isolated, feeling like you aren't like everybody else goes through feelings, thoughts that can uplift or destroy.
As you
But-
said the word isolated. As you
But
said the word.
Everybody. They also tip over and lose their crap. Yes, they do.
But then we want them to. We want the crap to fall out.
Let it go. Let it fall out.
But I'm capsized. I can't do anything. Crawl on top of the fucking boat. I mean, unless you're locked in, and that's a horror film later on. Anyway.
Is that the Eight of Swords? Which one is that one?
Yeah, this is the Eight of Swords. My least favorite card. But it fell out just as he was saying that.
Let go of the
Don't
crap.
self-imprison yourself. Don't do the opposite of the hermit. You know, don't get into that hermit mode and self-imprison yourself inside something that you can clearly walk right out of.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a therapist card, actually, if you think about it, because a therapist would sit and tell you, if you are feeling anxious and like you isolate and you can't do anything, fucking do something.
Yeah. Well, this is what came out when you were talking, Micah, before Carrie's card. This one came out, and it's the Three of Wands, and it's saying energy manifested, waiting for results of your efforts, the arrival of opportunities, finally understanding your ambitions, continuous improvement and moving in the right direction, progress. And the affirmation is, I am expectant and optimistic, and I know that my dream is on the way.
Perfect.
And if you watched Brindle's Vision yesterday, the same card came out.
Wow.
With almost the same message.
Yeah.
You can't make this up.
No, you can't.
Michael already, or he regained the, what did he say now? It's the core. I gotta find it. The core. Are you paying attention to the shit we can't make up?
Exactly.
Tagline.
Yeah. But we do have to get rid of all of that crap that we're holding on to, all of that nonsense that we're holding on to. Yeah.
Mystical shaman.
Okay.
When the mystical shaman appears, you're invited to consider the ability to live without attachment.
Wow.
That came out during your reading, by the way.
And of course,
let's take just a quick second while we're in a pause to do a shout out to everybody who's in the live audience right now. We got Michael J, Angel Eyes, Bubble Kittens. We got Little Essie, Hildy, Carla, May Sunflower. Thank you guys so much for being here with us
So
today.
glad y'all are
It's such
here.
a joy to have you guys in the
People on
live
YouTube
audience.
that aren't talking, but they're there too. So hello to those who are not in the chat but are listening.
thank you for your presence.
Yeah, shout out to everybody watching the replay real quick so that we don't forget that too. Thank you so much for checking this out.
So before you paused, this was at the bottom of the deck, acceptance, and this fits right in. Is acceptance is the doorway to freedom. Accepting what is going to release on any feelings of resistance and will help you to feel liberated. So
And the
we
fact
got
that
to
it's on the bottom of the deck is, I don't know about anybody else who does readings, but for me, the positioning of the card sometimes has a very large impact on the meaning. Because if your acceptance is buried at the bottom, especially if it's acceptance of yourself.
I tend to look at that bottom card as being what's coming, but you don't see, what you don't see coming, what you need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
That's why it's hidden at the bottom of the deck.
All of this stuff is necessary, and all of this stuff will help you move forward. And it really is up to you and to allow yourself permission to be in hermit mode and allow yourself to release things and allow yourself to choose to do something different going forward. I just want to point out real quick, whilst we're in this kind of like restoration mode, if you will, and coming out as something new and refreshed, we're not going to be new and refreshed if we're holding on to guilt and shame. So if you're going to get rid of anything, start there. Start with the guilt and shame first for you allowing yourself to rest. Because you're not resting if you're shaming yourself for not doing this and not doing that and not doing this and not doing that. It's a busy time of year, but I feel like that busyness is societally created and it knocks you off balance intentionally. So let's instead do the opposite and intentionally maintain the stillness and do it guilt-free, because you can't get to the bottom and the root of what's in the Eight of Swords and all that jazz. And you can't get back in touch with your inner innocence and find your home base in your heart if you are shaming and guilting yourself for what all the expectations and judgments around you are projecting at you that you didn't ask for and that doesn't align with you.
Remember, when you're out with your family or friends, or if you're going to be with people who tend to set you off, don't forget your home is right there with you. Just step inside. Tune it out. Let it roll off your shoulders. It's not worth letting it cause you any upset.
It's not. Someone else's limitations is not your limitations unless you choose to adopt them for yourself.
Yeah. You don't have to do that.
Right. It's like wearing somebody else's pair of pants. Not comfortable. But they might cover your ass.
Marie agrees.
Not comfortable. Like
Marie's, I don't want to wear anybody's pants.
Marie's like, oh.
Don't get defensive. Don't get defensive.
That's important.
That's going to be a big one for me tonight and tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Don't get defensive. There's no reason for you to defend yourself for being who you are.
Right.
And if they say something that upsets you and you don't feel comfortable maybe in the moment with 30 other people around with sitting and discussing that comment or whatever that's made, you can put it away for later, but don't sit there and dwell on it. Let it roll off your shoulders and move on to something else.
Right.
Don't get defensive. It just creates drama.
And it's just fueling the fire. At the end of the day, no response is a response.
Yes.
Minimal response is.
And usually gets across better than if you try to talk, because half the time when you're talking to them, they're already thinking about what they're going to say. They're not listening to what you're telling them. They're thinking about what they're going to say when you finish.
Right. 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 And the card of discord comes out. Arguments and fighting and discord.
That's too funny.
I don't know why what you said made me think of this, but last night I had somebody come into my TikTok live room and they immediately started proselytizing Christianity at me and everybody in the room in their comment. And instead of responding angrily, like many readers would, I said, "Oh my God, thank you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to tap the screen and I'll be happy to answer them later." Now, one of my mods silenced them and I was like, "You didn't have to do that," because this person was like, "Oh, we're not going to get a rise out of him. Bye."
Right.
No.
Right.
Because that's what they're looking for.
Right.
Yes.
It's just like what we talked about when we were all this week when we were talking about narcissists and not responding to their bullshit love bombing and hoovering and gaslighting and everything else, because that's what they want. They just want a response.
I love how you said Hoover instead of hover.
Hoover. It's hoovering.
Oh, it is Hoover? Okay.
It's called
I
hoovering.
have a question for Michael. What do you mean compartmentalized? What does that mean to you? In 2 sentences or less.
Michael can't do 2 sentences or less. It's
Okay,
not
3.
even-
Now, I tried to put this card away. I reshuffled the deck.
It came back.
It came back. So apparently I wasn't done with the mystical shaman.
That's another hit. But I had death come up. We're talking about the end of the year. We're talking about shedding old skin. We're talking about it's time for things to go. It's time for a transformation.
Yeah.
And that's what death is about. Transforming yourself. Becoming who you want to be.
Yes.
And
Well-
being who you are.
Walking away from things that no longer serve you.
That's one of my favorite cards. It used to be one of my least favorite cards, but it is now becoming one of my favorite cards. I see it way too often, but yeah, it's time to walk away from the bullshit.
And look at what came right after that, the Fool. Starting over.
Love,
New
love,
cycle.
love that.
The Eight of Cups
Exactly.
card is my run the dishwasher twice card.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
when the dishes pile up and when all the shit piles up and you don't want to clean, but you know that it's going to take you twice as long, we'll run the dishwasher twice.
Yeah. And this that just flew across the room. It's the healing. It's the renewal. Again,
Yeah.
you are the star.
Really are.
Wow.
But the other thing that this card wanted me to tell you, be careful what you pray for. The mystical shaman cautions you against relentless attachment to a certain form that you think will make you happy, prosperous, famous, loved, etc. However, in seeing your dream come into being, had you considered what you were willing to sacrifice for it? Perhaps you've been telling yourself a certain story for so long, the story that only when you reach this particular goal will you be happy, that you will arrive. You didn't even notice you're no longer the person who wanted those outcomes. You may have moved beyond those stories. Perhaps it's time to admit to yourself that you need to imagine a new story that is more in alignment with who you have become.
That's so powerful. That needs to sit for a minute. 100%.
That was bringing tears to my eyes.
Wow.
Michael says he wanted you to point out to Rev D his comment. He pointed out that he did it in one sentence. One. Stuck his tongue out at me. Like putting the emotion in a box and dealing with it later.
Okay. Gotcha. That's powerful. That I understand completely. And sometimes when we put them in a box and put them away for later, we forget to acknowledge them, or we just decide it's over, bridge under the water. But, listen, when it floods, that bridge is going to be gone because that water you keep accumulating under that bridge is going to rise.
Oh, yeah. And then that boat will tip over.
Yes. Yes. So
And
you
everything
do
that you've been carrying in that tugboat.
Yes, you do have to deal with it. And sometimes the thought patterns that we carried before to help us navigate through those things to protect ourselves are exactly what's hurting us. And so letting go of those thought patterns that make you compartmentalize stuff instead of seeing from the observer point of view and understanding and accepting exactly what is happening in front of you and what is being said in front of you and who the source is and what their interpretation is of you and the experience and what they're projecting on you. The focus can be shifted to just the facts of the situation that align with your truth. Nothing else has to ever be explained. Nothing else. You don't have to give long explanations and context for things that you feel or believe or see. You just know what you know. Nobody else has to understand you. As long as you understand it, it's all good. The rest of the stuff, put it on the shelf because that ain't yours. That's somebody. Put that back in the pantry. It don't belong to you.
It's just freaking crazy how this show works, because as she's talking, I got these two cards sitting in front of me. Transitioning and escaping away and using your intuition.
Oh my God, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I hit the deck thing again?
If it stays unprocessed, it's going to flood that bridge. It's going to just pile on. It's got to be processed. So part of that process is just understanding that you don't have to think and act the same. Show up different, and the experience will change.
Absolutely. Family
Dynamics are different for me now because I tested all of these theories, live action field work. I just went back to New Jersey, and I don't really care if anyone's ever going to see this that knows my parents. They're the most lovely people on the planet, but they're also dysfunctional because that's how they just project what they were taught. Yep. So that Dark Ages belief system that they carry and that they believe is the only belief system that's accurate is so far off of alignment with me. And if I try to respond to it in competition with how they're showing up instead of in authenticity with how I choose to show up, it's not going to go anywhere, and it just escalates everything. And I don't do anxiety. So now when I show up completely different. When I went back to Jersey in November, my father was raging. Rage. You know, that whole spiel. Instead of responding to it, I waited. When he was done raging for the moment, I stepped in, made one statement, and walked away. That one statement covered everything he was raging about, and I walked away. I didn't yell. I went like I was talking about the weather. And that was it. You don't have to go any deeper than that. They don't run your life. They don't live your life. You're you. How do you want to show up for you?
And we're all adults.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if they're your parents.
I love my parents, but I love them way over there.
Over there.
And you love them way over there.
When you're 60 years old, which I know everybody's not, but when it's time to say, you know what, you can have your way of doing things. That's, you always have, do it your way. But I don't have to do it that way.
Right. You don't.
I don't have to be that person. I don't have to accept the things that you accept.
So when you're in hermit mode, this is all the stuff you need to be reflecting on so that you can come into this new cycle as the Fool in a learning state of mind, like go in as a student. Okay, what can I do differently? What's healthier? Who do I want to be? What does that look like? What does that mean? More commander, less drill sergeant. That's what I like to say.
I don't remember which card. The Pentacles is the apprentice. The Five of Pentacles, is that the apprentice being in apprentice mode? Anyway, whichever one it is popped out earlier, so I put it away, but it fits. You're in apprenticeship mode. You are in the learning mode.
Right.
Learn what makes you happy and what doesn't, and get rid of what doesn't. You don't have to accept it.
I love this take on the Four of Cups. It's the Four of Water. And the way that the author describes it and her take on it is, these are the rivers of abundance. This is what you hold. How can you tap into what you want if you're already full up?
Wow.
Right? Let that
Just
shit
saying.
knock over and tip that shit out so that you can put in the good stuff.
Yeah. You want it continuously flowing.
Who was it in the Bible that kicked over the jug of wine? I don't remember, but that just kind of came to mind.
It's been a while since I studied my Bible. Sorry.
Yes.
We'll have to ask Monty Mater. She knows it best.
I
But
got 4 of them in here, but I haven't studied them in a while.
Bubble Kittens, life is an adventure. Live your life as an adventure. I love that, because you do want to see things from a fun, playful, state of being, so that you can be your own discoverer, your own Indiana Jones of your own life, like.
yeah,
I love that. That's so great. Wow, what an amazing reading.
and I don't know if you guys have any more thoughts, but I have one final one.
I have my
Coral.
soul truth, but that's it.
Nurturing.
Wow.
If coral has appeared in your card today, you're being asked to look at the idea of nurturing. It may be time to nurture yourself or another. If you refuse to be nurtured, it may be time to drop that superhuman attitude before you get sick.
Wow.
Coral tells us that our bodies have needs too. Pay attention and be good to your body. Speaks of the planetary family. If you feel lonely or alone, and here's where we get to tie into tonight. It may be time to have a reunion with the other creatures that share the earth with you. Listen to all our relations and cut the "I am the only one" refrain out of your thoughts. Coral always tells us to listen to our feelings. If you've been ignoring how you feel around certain people or how your body feels, Coral is insisting that you reconnect to those feelings. Remember, to feel is to heal.
I love that.
I do have our soul truth, which ties in again with everything. Am I focused on what I'm losing or what I'm gaining? When you're in the hermit mode, what are you focusing on? Are you going through some change? Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. Your soul action for today: make a list of all the things you will gain from the change you are going through. Feel your heart. Take a breath and deepen into trust. Amazing things are coming.
That's perfect.
Scene.
No, right? I have a Marie dog in my hand, so I can't look at any more
Take
cards.
time to pause and reflect on your journey.
Wow. Michael, that's your cue. What is it that we say? We can't make this shit up.
Well, you're going to have to go back and watch the replay then if you want to. Right.
Wow. What a day.
What an amazing day, or day show.
No. It's also an amazing day.
Okay, we'll
It is.
make it one.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, are you paying
And to
attention
work with-
to the shit we can't make up? That's it.
are you? And if you need 10 minutes of Reverend Diane's time,
You'll have to schedule it through Marie because she occupies all of my time.
the decision of whether or not Rev D will work with you will be whether or not Marie growls during the call.
Find me on Healing.
If she goes, then sorry, it's not a good fit.
Find me on healingrose.org or on all of the social medias, and it's just my name, Diane R. DeBiase. So you'll find me if you spell my name right.
Which it took me a long time to do, let me tell you.
Healingrose.org. Start there.
I got it confused with another friend of ours whose last name is DeBlasi. For the longest time, I kept typing her name as that. Why can't I find her? Oh.
And I feel like that we must have some distant relatives somewhere, and there's just a last name thing.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Lunaria.
And then there's Lunaria.
That's everything. All tied up in that one spot.
Yes. Now, Miss Lunaria is an amazing coach as well. So let's find her website and blog.
She's like, I don't know how to sell myself. I feel uncomfortable talking about myself. So it's just all here.
It's all
Go
here.
tap here.
Right there. Yeah, right there.
And then there's this guy who won't shut the hell up.
Yeah.
And is also running. I mean, granted, if you're watching the replay, I'm so sorry. You probably missed this opportunity. But if you reach out to me anyway, you might be able to persuade. But until the end of Christmas, I am offering 25% off all of my one-on-ones in my pricing schedule. And if you are a super fan following me over in TikTok, I'm giving you 30% off. So if you haven't followed me on TikTok yet, come to one of my lives. They're usually about 11 p.m. I'll be going live tonight at 11 p.m. So that's how you can do that. And it'll come after Christmas, but if you haven't gotten a copy of my book, it makes a great gift.
It does.
But speaking of, if we don't see you tonight on Phoenix Talks, have an amazing Christmas.
Absolutely.
Enjoy this whole holiday season, because there is good tidings to all for the most part, hang on to the good stuff.
Yep.
And you'll be okay. Be true to yourself. Right, Marie?
Oh.
And make sure to remember to bring the gift of you.
Your presence. That's in that blog. I wrote one yesterday about your presence. Take a look at that and make sure you listen to it tonight too. I'm interested to see if they tie together. I'm sure they will.
Oh, I'm sure. I know it.
No, we never tie anything together at Awakening. Ever. But yes, check us back here. Well, yep. Back here on YouTube, but my Twitch tonight at 6 p.m. And the release of The Gift Is You will premiere there, beginning and end of the show, and then shortly after on YouTube officially.
Yes, and it's amazing. I got a preview. I can't wait to hear it on live.
You haven't seen the video yet.
Marie is protesting. She's going to have to wait.
She's protesting? Okay. Well, let's get to the core of things.
Well done.
Love yourselves.
Bye, guys. Love you. Have a great Christmas.
Three voices rise in the still of the night, miles apart but hearts ignite. Cards on the table, stories unfold, revealing wisdom eternally bold.
A thread unseen, it pulls us near.
The whispers loud, the message clear. The core is calling. The core is calling.
Hey, this is Brindlewolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise awakening, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice, where dreams awaken. Rise awakening, now is the time.
Rise Awakenings. Let's rise together.